Felt kind of weird. What do you want to talk about today?
Um,
I'm sure you have notes, right?
yeah, I've got a few notes.
Let
I
me
think
let me
Atomic
open
Heart would be a good one to start off. I don't want to like
Atomic Heart.
spoil anything, but I just ran
Yeah,
into a really annoying glitch that made me want to bang my head against the wall. Like, I don't know what it is with Atomic Heart. I've already broken it because, I break games a lot. I've already broken it a few times, but the glitch was I had to take an elevator down and the button just wouldn't work. And I had to like run off and like just come back after a while, and then it worked.
you had to come back after a while. Nah, okay. Look, I played a lot of Skyrim back in the day with a lot of Skyrim with mods, and when something just doesn't work, you're like, "Oh shit! When was my last save?
Yeah,
Fuck! It was an hour ago."
I know. And you only have the save stations in Atomic Heart, so I was like, I don't. There's none around here. What do I do? I can't reload a save because then it's gonna put me like all the way back. Like I was so annoyed, and then I'd like run off for a while and then come back, and it finally worked. Thank God. But the game is honestly really fun. I think once you get to the more open world part of it, you're gonna have a blast.
That was the part you were concerned about for video making. Is it actually pretty good? Because to me, it didn't seem like a huge open world. It seemed kind of like a
Yeah.
smaller
So here's
sandbox.
what I'm noticing. It's it's open world, but it's like you know how like Mario will sometimes have like quirky menus where it's like you run around in this 3D world and then select the level. It's how I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
describe that. It's open world, but then a lot of linear parts, just depending on wherever you go.
yeah. I actually really like it when a game is like that. I haven't gotten to that point in Atomic Heart yet. I've only put in about like 2 hours and 30 minutes,
Yeah,
but
I
yeah, no, I
streamed for
really
like
like
three
games
hours
like
before
that.
this. It was
Uh,
blast.
Zelda, the Zelda franchise is really like that. You have like the main open world wherever where you just like find puzzles, get like power ups and whatnot, and then it's all very linear story things. Like one of the ones that come to mind is like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. How you have like the main town in the center where all the shit goes down, and then it has like a huge circular open world area, and then just like you 4 points in the cardinal directions of like different temples and whatnot you can go to, and it's all like very linear storytelling. So I really like it when a game does that because it's like you get a really direct path that the developers want you to follow that makes the story feel more important,
Yeah.
and also while making a little bit of free open space for player to choose where they want to go, do what they want to do. I want to go investigate this. I want to go investigate that. I really like when games do that.
Yeah, no, Atomic Heart is definitely it's very enjoyable. I think and plus the dialogue slows down so it's not like constant nagging in my ear of the character in the glove. Um I will tell you though, without any spoilers, the game gets no less hornier.
Oh yeah, I've prepared for this. I After that fridge, I was like, okay, this game has like all the balls. Like
It really
they're willing.
does.
I was about to say no balls, but then I was like, wait a minute, what's the opposite? Every ball in the world.
It has gathered as many as it could and it is using them all. There was a door and I swear to God, I was like I don't want to like say anything about it, but it was just you'll probably know what door I'm talking about
Oh
when we
yeah,
get
yeah.
to it.
No, when I said the fridge, Aiden, I joined a call, added Debunska, and then just said the fridge,
And I was like, "What are you
the
talking? The
fridge.
fridge."
Oh, the fridge.
God, that game. It
So
honestly,
Atomic Heart, it's like well, like things like that fridge. I kind of like it, even though it's really weird because it's the first game to kind of like take you out of your comfort zone a little bit, and like this game has some balls and they're willing to do some shit that
yeah.
no other game has done before, and I really like that. And it's not like that one weird game where like you had Morty as the talking gun or whatever,
Hmm.
game you said you didn't really like,
Yeah,
but
High on Life. That game literally. I would have to take
literally.
breaks. Literally, I had to take breaks. Man, that was rough. Like that game actually physically kind of mentally hurt to play.
Yeah, no. What was that game called?
High on Life.
Parents say games are addicting. Just have your kid play High on Life.
He will
You'll
not be playing 5 minutes
he,
later.
he will definitely take breaks and not overconsume that game.
God, that game
Overindulge.
physically hurt to play, and it was never funny.
Yeah, that's what that game seemed like. Where it was like it was really trying to be funny or like politically like I don't know what the whole thing is. I don't know.
Yeah, it was just, it was very annoying. I got to the first boss fight in the game too. Not in High on Life, Atomic Heart. That music is so good.
Atomic Heart.
Yeah, the music is so good.
Yeah, Mick Gordon, the do like I don't know, like so you're playing with streamer mode on too, right? Have you
Yeah.
heard any of those?
Um, okay, it's weird because there's honestly the fight music. It's like it's pretty good, but like if
Oh
there's a
yeah.
boss room, it's really good. But what's upsetting is, have you seen the How much have you messed with the fridge?
I've pretty much explored all the perks, just to see what they all say,
Okay,
and looked at all the weapons.
so you know like what all the abilities are, right?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much, I
So
guess.
I'm rocking telekinesis,
Okay,
the
yeah.
levitation thing. I grabbed that one specifically because I thought this has got to be the most broken one in the game.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking like whenever I first started playing Atomic Heart, like, and I seen the perk tree, I was like, I want to go out of my comfort zone. I don't want to just be like a brawler or a guy who shoots from afar. Like, I want to use the most broken, weird, jank shit in this game
Yeah.
because it would be funny.
And let me tell you, I walked into a room and it was just like it was a normal room, but it just had a lot of enemies. So it started playing this awesome music. I finished that room in like 15 seconds on accident because of how broken telekinesis is if you upgraded a bunch. And I was so disappointed because the music was like, it was popping off. And then
Dude, yeah.
I levitate everyone, slam them down, and then the music stops. And I'm like, what? Everyone died?
Dude,
Everyone's
that
dead?
that's how I felt in Doom Eternal. Because remember, BFG Division plays one time in that game where
Yeah.
like the station is under attack by all the
Yeah.
demons,
When they come
and,
into
and
your
like
base.
I was at this point where like I got so good at that game, like I just pretty much used remote detonation rocket launchers on all the guys, and I killed them in like 3 seconds. So you just hear,
Yeah.
and then it's gone.
That was the hardest 5 seconds of my life. Like, God, I honestly, I was thinking about just pausing the game, loading a save so I could do it again.
Just
Because it was,
slower.
yeah, because I literally went in there and killed everyone in like 10 seconds. That's what happens. I either walk into a room, absolutely obliterate everyone, or I get knocked over 5 times in a row, stuck in a corner and can't get out and killed. And
Yeah.
there is no in between.
I haven't played enough to like get like to start dedicating anything to any perks. I just got like an extra boost and whatnot,
Yeah.
or something. But yeah, no, that was it. When I first opened Atomic Heart and I was getting ready to record, I have like a recording on my computer of like 20 minutes of me just like playing in the settings and kind of like looking at my phone and listening to the music. Because I don't know, something about the main menu music I really liked.
I was making a joke about that. I loaded up the game and was streaming and I was like, "Man, this main menu, it's like it's so calming, the music's so good, and then you get in the game and they won't shut up for 5 seconds. It's so different." But eventually they've shut up now, so I'm enjoying the game a lot more now. It is a lot of fun. The character randomly like swaps between being likable and annoying. Like he just keeps swapping between like being somewhat agreeable with the glove and then just blatantly insulting him out of nowhere. So he has
Uh,
these moments, but
A while ago, I made a post on Twitter because I reacted to a line of dialogue in the game that isn't actually that bad to me compared to like the 2 hour and 30 minutes like I've played of Atomic Heart. This
mhm.
clip that I seen on Twitter was not that bad. This was the first clip people heard the crispy ass critter line, uh,
He
and
says it
uh,
so much. You
and
will
yeah,
not
yeah,
hear the
yeah.
end of
I
it.
know, I know, I know. He said it like 6 times in that 2 hours alone. So
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
I don't know if
Uh,
that's a Russian saying or something. I was like,
uh,
who says this?
I said, "Doesn't sound too bad. Seems really fast for some reason. Not as bad as Forspoken. I just think people on here want to complain about something." and it got 39 likes. But wow, oh boy, I got like 12 replies all telling me I was a fucking idiot. And you know what? That's fair because I literally the only like knowledge I have of Forspoken dialogue was that one Marvel-y clip that people
Yeah.
were complaining about a while
I've
ago.
seen a few clips of Forspoken, and I was not interested in
Yeah, and
any
if
of it.
I'm being honest, thinking back at it now, I think that Forspoken dialogue compared to what I've heard in Atomic Heart so far is much better than what I've heard in Atomic Heart.
Atomic Heart does have some. I will say I hated the intro when they were talking. Like the gameplay, it was the only thing continuing me there. Um, but like their talking is just so annoying in the start, but it gets much better as soon as you're done with like the annoying intro stuff, and it gets a lot more enjoyable. Um,
Uh, the thing that caught me so much about Atomic Heart a while ago, back when it was first showcased at I think it was one of the E3s, 2017, 18, I don't know, it was a while ago. But the thing that captured me the most about it was the world. I really liked the aesthetic. It reminded me of Fallout before the bombs would drop.
yeah.
I just thought the world was the biggest like. I thought that was a highlight of the game for me. Like, and I'm
Hmm.
surprised more people aren't talking about it because like when I was first rolling into that into the boat in the opening scene, I was like, damn, like I'm already excited. This is gonna be a sick ass world. And so far, I mean, like, I'm taking my time. I'm looking at the walls. I'm looking at the architecture. I'm like, I'm just appreciating the art. Like, I love that.
Oh,
And
trust
because
me,
I'm a huge fan of like the old school, like, uh, retro vintage, but also kind of futuristic
it
look of Fallout
nails
4.
it.
Yeah, it nails it. And it, with like a Russian, kind of like
Twist.
sprinkle on it a little bit,
Yeah,
like
little
Russian theme
lemon
to shit.
squeeze
Yeah.
squirted on it with
Yeah,
the
I'm kinda
Russian
sad more
style.
people aren't talking about it, but I feel like once more reviews start coming out on the game, like big YouTuber reviews,
I
people are gonna be talking about that a lot more.
I will say I just haven't really explored the open world yet because there are cameras everywhere. And so I'll just be like, oh man, this house looks really cool. Next thing you know, there's 50. I literally walked onto a pier at one point and then turned around and there was like 10 robots I had never seen before, all waiting for me. And they kicked my butt. I did not survive, but I put up a hell of
Now
a
and then I'm
fight.
like now every now and then I'm like, "Okay, I think I'm getting the hang of the gameplay. I think it's not too bad. I think this is really simplistic." And then out of nowhere, they'll just like, "Oh shit, I don't have charge. Oh shit, I don't have charge again. Oh shit, I'm out of charge." And then just yeah, no, it surprises you. Atomic Heart does surprise you every now and then.
Yeah, no, the game, honestly, there's a lot of enemies I haven't even run into yet, and I'm like six
Oh yeah.
hours or so in. No, I'm probably like close to 8, 7 hours, somewhere on there. And there's one enemy that just kicks you over every 5 seconds. I feel like its only attack is to knock you over.
Hmm.
And it's so annoying. I think the enemies in the game are really cool though. There are some like really you're never like confused on what enemy you're fighting. Every time you fight an enemy, you're like, I'm fighting this guy. He has a unique design. I know what he does.
My
Doesn't mean you're
favorite
gonna be
thing
able to avoid his attacks though.
my favorite thing is, like, when I first played, like, I did so much of this, like, I would kinda ease myself towards the little basic robot enemies,
Mhm.
and then I just, like, watch them, like, run at me.
Mm.
It's so funny watching them run towards you, it's so goofy looking.
It's hilarious. I'll the normal robot guys. I'll like walk around the corner. He'll turn around, and I'll like walk back around the corner. Like, you think he saw me? And then I'll like poke my head out again, and I look over. He's not standing there anymore. He's running at me at full speed, looking exactly where I am, and it's horrifying every
Yeah.
time.
It's also really funny because, like, sometimes they'll run at you, it's the slowest, most like, "Oh my god, they're eating her, and now they're
Now they're
gonna
gonna
eat
eat
me,"
me.
kinda
Oh
moment,
my god. Yeah.
where you have, like, all the time in the world to do something, and yet they're just so fucking slow getting to you, and then other times they'll do a full on, like, Usain Bolt fucking sprint towards you, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's the same enemy, they just decide, "Oh yeah, I wanna make you, like, shit your pants today, I'm just gonna run full sprint at you."
Yeah, no, they're horrifying. I think the game's a lot better than people have been saying just because it's made by people in Russia. I had some pun. I can't remember what pun I had about the robots. God, it was something about them being robotic. It was some stupid pun I thought of. It was really funny, but now I forgot it. Um. So speaking of games, Suicide Squad. It's looking worse and worse. More news I hear. Apparently, it's gonna have that feature where if you want to play single player, you still have to have an online connection.
Yeah, I love that. That's so cool and fun. Fuck
Yeah,
you, EA. You're a big fucking problem with that.
yeah. It's kind of a hard pill to swallow that the game's gonna be garbage. Hard pill to swallow. Segue. I swallowed a pill without any liquid, and it sucked.
Mm. Why
Can
did
you
you
do
do
that?
that? Why
So
did you do that?
I I've always known like you drink water and you swallow the pill.
Yeah,
I've gotten to the point where I could just put like a drop of water in my mouth and I'd be able to swallow it. And I was like, could I just dry swallow it? Could I just like dry heave it down?
that is like how you die.
Yeah, no, I put it in, I swallowed it. It was the weirdest feeling. I'm never doing it again. I did it first try with no complications, but just the feeling of the plastic slipping down your tongue into your throat is so uncomfortable.
Like you don't want to be the guy who died because he tried take swallowing a pill without water.
It's such a weird thing to say, but like, don't try to swallow the pills with no water. It doesn't end well.
I take a sleeping pill every now and then, just some Advil, whenever I fuck up my schedule,
Mhm.
and I have to like eat a snack before I go to bed with that pill because the pill just hurts my stomach.
Mm. Yeah, no, it was a weird experience to say the least. Oh, interesting thing. So, Call of Duty, you know how
Ugh,
Treyarch's always goofy with what they
Call of
do?
Duty is gross. Bad game. Bad
I'd say
franchise.
yeah,
Bad
the more
series.
recent ones are. Yeah, I agree. Um, and the whole Treyarch is getting 2024 and 2023 was supposed to not have a game, but it's having a game that they're saying is a $70 DLC for Modern Warfare 2. It's stupid. But there's been no news on COD 2024 and it's Treyarch's game.
Good.
And randomly on Spotify, Treyarch added to their music a random track called
Hmm.
This War of Mine. And it sounds like main menu music for 2024.
Yeah, games have done that in the past. Where like, actually, I think Smash Bros. Specifically, there was people didn't really know there was a Smash Bros. Game coming out. I think it was Ultimate. And then they just made a fucking track or something one day, and
Oh,
people were
what's
just
happening?
like, kind of like, so when the reveal for Smash Bros. Ultimate came out, where you had like the Inklings looking at the Smash Bros. Sign, some people already kind of knew that was happening because
Hmm.
Nintendo is like dumbasses when it comes to the leaking their own shit.
Yeah. And everybody's like confused because apparently this War of Mine is also like a 2D video game that's been made, but I have no idea what's going on with that. I just thought it was interesting that just the Treyarch Spotify is like COD Zombies like Easter egg music, and then this one random track that came out of nowhere.
You know, what one of the biggest people for leaking shit is Walmart Canada.
I know exactly what you're talking about now.
Walmart Canada has leaked so much shit of like games coming out and merchandise and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like Jesus. There was also like that a while ago. What was it? It was some like trailer, like it was an Indian version of the trailer for Spider-Man Far From Home or something, or not Far From
Hmm.
Home, No Way Home. And in the trailer, you have like there was one Spider-Man, and it was the scene where he's like fighting all of the villains,
Oh
but
yeah,
it was
with the
only one
lizard.
Spider-Man. But for some reason, yeah, Lizard or whatever the fuck his name is, got punched, even though there was nothing there, and his like face got moved to the left or right or whatever.
Yeah, he just the air really knocked this guy up.
So it was just so cool in the movie where they're like when me and you watched it in the theater, I'm like sitting there like, I know this
Yeah,
happens. Like
we
for
knew
sure this is
exactly
happening.
it was gonna happen. We knew
and,
for a fact after that
and
leaked.
like a lot of people knew it, but like I don't know, it was still so fucking cool. That was probably one of the coolest moments I've ever been in a movie theater. Whenever I watched no where me and you watched No Way Home and the entire theater just lost their shit when
Yeah.
the Spider-Mans came out. It was so fucking cool.
It was
Oh
you
yeah, no,
immediately knew too,
oh
because
no, I immediately knew that this movie was gonna have some crazy fucking moments because when fucking Matt Murdock, fucking Daredevil, popped on,
yeah.
to be canon in the MCU, everyone in the theater still lost their shit. Like it was awesome.
Yeah, what's funny is as soon as the portal opened, like, find me Peter Parker, and the portal opens, you're like, the portal opened for like a millisecond, and you're like, that's the other Spider-Man, and everybody else was quiet, and I'm like, what are you talking about? That's not the other, it's the other Spider-Man. Like, you immediately knew that this was the scene it was gonna show him.
No, I think I said like, "Oh, that's," and then I stopped myself because it was like a huge moment. I didn't want to be loud and like
Yeah.
ruin the moment for a lot of other people. I just remember you looked at me, I looked at you, and I have the biggest like grin on my
I
face.
was
Like
so confused. I was like, what
I
are you on
know what
about?
this is.
It's like, what are you talking about? Oh, God. Marvel's just died for me, though.
Marvel is like right now surviving off of bringing back dead characters. Not dead characters, but like characters like what was it in the Doctor Strange movie when they brought back Professor X or whatever?
Just to kill him off again. That
Yeah,
poor
well,
bastard.
that's something that's been kind of annoying me lately is that people think that those if those characters appear in the MCU like main thing that they're not going to be played by the same character. Like I don't know, it doesn't make sense. Like Scarlet Witch is the same actor, Doctor Strange is the same actor, da 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 da. I know there are some people who are different and whatnot, but
Yeah.
like everyone is still the same actor. And so there's a Fantastic Four movie that is confirmed supposed to be coming out someday. And like people are like, oh, I wonder who they're gonna have for Mr. Fantastic or whatever. I'm like, guy, we literally already know it's gonna be fucking Jim from The Office.
Yeah. Oh,
Which is
but
big. I think he fits that like the look really well,
mm,
actually.
yeah.
Like people were like, "Oh yeah, no, he's good," and like I never really seen it, but after seeing in that movie, like, yeah, no, actually, pretty good.
I love how funny it is that the actor for Jim from The Office, it's like he made it on The Office. That's where everybody knows him from.
Yeah,
If you look at any other of his movies, it's all like he's a war veteran in this movie. A Quiet Place,
yeah.
Marvel. Like it goes from this happy, cheery office space to war, end of the world, Marvel. It's like such a
Marvel
weird
getting
Marvel.
killed in Marvel.
It's such a weird like just he's just in so many different spots that are just so all drastically different from where he started.
He has range, but in the form of acting, I'm not sure if this circumstance is good.
I don't know.
But
I
I don't know. He's everywhere. He's
I keep getting
everywhere.
Quantum Mania ads, and I'm just
Quantum.
not at all excited for that movie.
Oh yeah, people are already like, I keep seeing things on Twitter of like the company was like a lot of their resources and a lot of their the money that they were allowed to spend on that movie or something was mostly put towards Wakanda Forever. Uh, and so apparently a lot of the VFX issues in that movie are because of that.
Hmm.
And apparently there are VFX issues, which I didn't even know. I don't watch the movies
I
until they come out on Disney Plus, so I don't have to pay to watch them.
Yeah, I kind of saw that coming
Wakanda
with the whole
Forever was
3D
shit.
thing. Yes, yes. My mom and sister came home from seeing that, and my sister fell asleep during the movie,
Jesus,
and she loves Marvel.
that was a shit fucking movie.
And my mom had no idea. She was like, "This is just stupid. Like none of this makes sense."
It's like there are a lot of movies, a lot of the Marvel movies where I can just like turn my brain off and just watch the movie, enjoy it, get my enjoyment out of it. It's a simple movie. I'm not going to criticize it that much. Wakanda Forever was so shit. It was such a shit film. Like there are so many
And there
things
were
that just
still
don't
people
make
on Twitter
sense.
defending it.
God, well, a lot of people think it's like something having to do with racism and
Yeah.
whatnot. Like, it's just a bad film. It's just bad. Like, don't even get me started on how the Queen died. That is the dumbest death I've ever seen in a movie. How the Queen just
How'd she
carried a
die?
whole lot. She waked up in the like underwater, seeing she was about to. She swam up a little bit, looked down, seen the person sinking in the water, went all the way back down, picked the person up, dragged them all the way back up to the surface of the water, threw them onto dry like onto a dry surface, and then she just like died. She just fell over, and like the next thing you know, like she swims up, throws the person on top, and then it cuts. And then the next scene is like them walking into the room, and the queen is literally like her arms, like she's on a table with her arms out. Or okay, no, let me explain this. It's like you're in school, okay? And the teacher says something and you're really like bummed out to hear this. So you like put your arms, spread them out across your desk, and then you have like your head down.
Oh,
Like you're almost touching your table. That's what it
yeah.
looks like. It was the dumbest death I've ever seen in a film.
That's so stupid. God, they should have done a fashion theory on how she could have survived with an outfit.
Jesus, fashion theory. I'm not ever watching any of those.
Yeah, no, I'm not. The only thing I've seen from it is I saw like a ad, well, not an ad for it. He showed like some of it off during one of his other videos, and in the theory where they see if high heels can kill somebody, he just grabbed the high heel, he grabbed like the pointy point of it, and just hits a skull with it, and it explodes, and just
The
blue
heel
goop
or the
goes everywhere.
skull?
The skull, like it
Oh.
penetrates the skull, and just blue fake blood goes everywhere.
I don't know why, like, seeing Matt Pat in, like, a gruesome setting would be the funniest shit ever.
Dude, when Matt Pat goes crazy, it's funny.
It is crazy, 'cause
Because he's
especially when
so
you don't
family
expect it.
friendly.
Yeah, he never says a cuss word. He never curses. He pretty much never says any curse words.
Yeah. People like to see the good guy
"Don't you
break.
tell me how many calories I need, bit."
People like to see the good guy break. It's what's the scene from Spider-Man where they're like, they want to see the villain or they want to see the villain win and the hero fall, Spider-Man. Like they just want to see Matt Pat break and turn into this absolute psycho.
Yeah,
I'd watch it.
bro, like it's like WWE where like the character has kind of like their gimmick has kind of died out a little bit. I want to see Matt Pat go into a new character arc and then just start being fucking bring back bearded Matt, okay? Bring back bearded Matt where he almost says the N-word on stream. Come on, bring that Matt back.
uh,
We need some excitement.
I feel like if he went into the WWE, he'd come out in a Springtrap suit.
I feel like no, he would like come out in like a fucking like straight jacket.
He comes out with a whiteboard and like writes down what he's gonna do to the guy beforehand.
No, like they do a promo together or something, and he like rolls out a whiteboard onto the thing. Like their entrance music is their intro for like the game theory videos
Yeah.
or whatever.
Do, do,
And
do, do,
he's
do.
like rolling like a big whiteboard on wheels, and he like puts it into the ring, and then he's like doing like mathematical equations on how he's gonna kick your ass.
So let's say I'm on the rope and I jump at a 45-degree angle onto your skull.
You will die from this impact.
But the WWE says no killing, so we've got to change that a little bit.
So I've estimated the exact points I need to hit in order for you to be at your peak like damage point without you critically dying.
You know how he'd bring in FNAF somehow.
Oh, he would. He would come in wearing like a Freddy Fazbear hat.
Yeah.
It's like a beanie with like a little Freddy hat on top and ears.
Like how John Cena has the steel chair. He'll like grab something from under the ring and it'll be like a Freddy suit. He's got the scooper.
He's got the scooper.
Jesus, that would be,
That would be really
show.
funny if he just pulled out a spoon.
Big old spoon. I had to, I don't know why it reminds me of that. I had to bury a chicken after I shot it in the head.
Why do you have to shoot it in the head?
It was sick, it was dying, and it just wasn't
Oh, okay.
dying fast enough, and it couldn't move
Yeah.
and stuff, so we just put it out. I shot it in the back of the head with the 22.
So I put it into a Springtrap suit.
Oh my god, no. But I did have to carry it with a shovel to the grave that I had dug, and it might have dropped it halfway through. It was heavy, okay, and the shovel was very thin.
It's like the clip in Family Guy where he's trying to throw the frog out the window and just like
Keeps
failing for
throwing it
like
out.
5 minutes straight.
Yeah. That really was, because as soon as I dropped it, it took like a minute to pick it back up, because I didn't want to grab it, because it felt weird. but I had to scoop it up, but I was like not able to get under it, so I was just kind of bumping into it and stuff. It was like a Looney Tunes situation. I don't know if I told you about my Looney Tunes situation in which I hit myself in the balls. I went out to put my chickens up, and I literally stepped on a rake I didn't see that was like leaning against something, and it
Oh my
smacked me
god.
right in my balls. It was literally, I was like, I just got Looney Tunes as I'm like
I
bending over, falling.
I did that as a kid because I wanted to know, like,
How's this work?
is the cartoon real? And so I tried doing that, and then it actually, like, fucking clocked me in the skull. So,
Oh,
yeah.
Atomic Heart has cartoons on the TV sometimes. I sat down and watched it and actually laughed at some point. I don't know what's going on, but there's like an animal sitting on this machine that's going up and down, up and down, up and down, and he's like bouncing off it on it. And it's like slowly stops, and when he gets off, he starts bouncing up and down as he's walking because the bounce is still in him. And I genuinely laughed at that out loud. I was literally like, I was sitting there watching it, like I'm gonna watch this, and then just that was funny.
S So my stepmom's, like, what, like, a 45-year-old fucking woman,
Hmm.
and, back when I lived at my dad's house, uh I would, like, come out from my dwelling on the other side of the house every now and then to get, like, food in the kitchen or whatever,
Hmm.
and from the garage, which was the game room, I would just hear, like, the most, like, "Ah ha ha ha! Ah ha ha ha!" Like, hysterical fucking laughing like it's the funniest shit they've ever fucking seen in their life, and so, like, I peek my head around the corner, and they're watching Tom and Jerry. Like
Tom and
you
Jerry's
kidding me?
entertaining, but it's not a knee slapper.
like you a 45-year-old grown-ass woman alcoholic and you're seriously watching this fucking movie. Like the fact that you were high as fuck probably from weed and drunk off your ass was the only fucking way you were enjoying that film.
Yeah.
Not film, that show. I call everything a film. Old World War II era Hitler speeches, those are
Film.
films.
That's a
It's
movie you sit down with some popcorn with the family.
no, those are documentaries that you take very seriously.
Oh, okay. You don't bring popcorn. Bring a more representable snack. More.
Nah, nah, you bring your hot plate and your little pot that you cook your beans in.
Uh,
That's the life that my brother has always talked about for some reason. Like moving to a cabin in the woods and just like living off of beans or something like the old country not really country, but like I don't know I don't know what that is. I forget what the word is for that.
wild.
I don't know, yeah, kinda wild, kinda like getting away from, technology and whatnot.
Hiding from
I think
society.
that'd be fun for a while, but if I did it, I think I would wanna make a video out of it. I just couldn't resist. That'd
Yeah,
be fun.
no. I watched a dude on YouTube. Like, I was like, I'm gonna go to bed. And then I got recommended a video that was an hour long of a dude who moved out
Yeah,
into
that
the
happened to
wild
me
and
last
built a
night. That
cabin.
happened to me last night.
It was he documented the whole thing, and it was actually really impressively how he recorded and stuff. But he like built this entire cabin all by himself out of wood and stuff, out of lumber. He mined a hole that he used to store food. He had a little dog with him. I was really impressed. He had meats and stuff because he hunted. And this kid was like 19 and he was in like Sweden or something. And he just like told his parents like, I don't really like life in the city and the suburbs and all this stuff. I'm gonna go move out into the forest. And they were like, okay, if you want to, you can. And he went out there and
Alright.
did it. I'm like,
Alright, bet. You probably ain't gonna last a week, though.
and yeah, at the end of it all, he's got his house built. And the final part of it is inviting his family out because he saved up a bunch of meats and stuff and like had a big feast with them because he made some tables and had like a grill and stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, it was really neat. But
Mm.
yeah, I was like, okay, 5 more minutes and I'm going to bed, and I watched the whole thing.
Yeah, that's always how I am. Like, man, it is like 2 in the morning. I should really go to bed. And then I'm like, well, there is this hour-long documentary type video that I could watch.
Yeah, and it wasn't like one of those fake like building an underground pool in
Oh yeah, one of those
India.
fucking things. I
Yeah,
love deep diving into those because you can flat out see like fucking like tractor tire marks in the
yeah.
background, whatnot. Those are funny.
Like he showed how
There
he
was
got
that
the
one.
logs up
There,
and stuff.
there was that one where some guy was like doing a drone test or drone video or whatever, and he's just flying over this part of India or something. And then there's just like flat out like just this huge construction site with heavy machinery and whatnot, and they're like building one of those like pool, underground cave, whatever things that
Yeah.
those like fake channels do. It's funny.
Yeah, you can see like the chiseled ground and stuff where they did stuff.
Yeah, just two guys in like black shorts holding a stick.
Yeah, no shirts.
Meanwhile,
They're using a
meanwhile
stick
behind
on
them,
it.
there's like a team of like 20 people all holding shovels.
They have hard hats on and blueprints and like
Yeah.
safety gear.
But yeah, about the like the going out and like just living in the cabin thing for a bit. Like I think that would be really funny for like I don't know, like a week if me and some friends did it. I think that would be really fun. But like I wouldn't want to like build a cabin or anything like that. Obviously, I'm not gonna that's a lot of effort. That's like a commitment type of thing.
Mhm.
And I'd probably just like rent out a cabin for like a week or something, or maybe even a month, depending on how we're feeling. And just fucking I don't know. I think that would be a good video. I mean, I know people have done it before, but I'd try and make it more comedy focused. Maybe have some creepy moments in there. Pull a prank or two.
Yeah.
Be fun.
I don't think I'd be able to live in a cabin for very long just because I'm rather social and would get very bored being living alone.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, like with friends or something.
Yeah, definitely with friends. So I have this note on my phone that I completely forgot about. I realize now after reading it what it means, but it's just watch for prepped on plane steal of crash. Now I'm gonna explain that.
This is a payday thing.
No, just
Okay.
completely something I randomly thought of.
Are
I
you
randomly
crashing a
thought
plane anytime soon?
no.
Okay.
I randomly thought if I do planes anymore, I should definitely watch for preppers of like people who are like preparing if the plane goes down, and just
What?
as if the plane crashes, steal from them immediately. Because when you really think about it, you see all those like survival things, like the forest. When you open up like the you break the suitcases open, they've got like batteries in them, electronic part. Nobody's bringing spare batteries in their suitcase.
Yeah.
No one's actually going to be preparing for
What
anything
what they
important.
what well what they will have is they will have devices with batteries in them.
Yeah, like phone stuff, but I'm thinking like double A batteries
Oh yeah,
and
no,
stuff.
there probably be some of those. I don't know. Some
Oh.
people flashlights, vibrators, whatever. I'm not joking.
The only two things. The
That's
only
where
two
you can
things.
get some
I
batteries.
guess. Yeah. I guess.
A situation
You
like that.
you want to look for one of those people that like they pranked the one lady who it's like the girls vacation, and they pranked the one lady by putting an adult toy in her luggage so the when they were like scanning it and stuff they'd see it, and she'd be like, oh my god, I didn't put that in there,
I
and like
like
her
the ones
friends would
that
be
aren't
filming her.
pranks.
The one-
Because you can tell when they're not pranks, and that was theirs.
and
That's
the
even funnier.
yeah, it's like you got to look out for those people. So if the plane goes down, you know who to steal from, just for the batteries. Just for the batteries. I gotta make sure people understand. Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah, Sons of the Forest.
yeah, no, apparently the game's really short because it's early
Hmm.
access still right now.
Wait,
I'm
what?
yeah. It's still early access technically, I think they said.
I thought the game released, like hard released.
Yeah, I think it's still early access, which kind of sucks, but that's why I was kind of like okay with waiting a while too, so they can get some stuff done. But I did see some. I just like clicked on JFJ, hoping I wouldn't see any spoilers while he was streaming it, and I saw him open up his inventory, and the inventory looks dope, and
Yeah,
a
the
lot of things look
inventory does
cleaner.
look cool. I think it was on Steam. The pictures on Steam I seen. Yeah, the inventory looks really cool.
Oh, and
I was really worried they wouldn't like bring that back because like the inventory system from the first game, from the first Forest was so good. It was so nice. Like everything's there. It made no fucking sense, but it was cool.
yeah, it's much cleaner though now, which I appreciate a lot. But you know Kelvin, the deaf guy who has no brain function that you just tell what to do now,
Yeah,
you could get him to wear a tuxedo. And he looks very dapper with blood coming out of his ears.
very dapper.
He's got like blood coming out of his ears because he's deaf and like broken head and stuff. And they just like never clean his ears out. You just let him be like that.
Dude, yeah, I'm looking at the inventory system right now on the Steam page. It's so nice because like in the first forest, everything was all cluttered, and once you start getting a lot of materials like kind of late game, it was really hard to find everything.
Yeah.
Uh Now like everything's so square and it's like rolled out on these square mats. There's like tool sections. You got your bones and your flesh and your human heads on the right side, sticks on the bottom, stones on the bottom, a bunch of electrical parts and flowers on the
You
bottom.
got your electronics, you've got your
Uh,
resources, you've
you
got
have
your
you
human
have your
flesh,
don't forget your C4 basket you have over here and your weapon gunsmith thing.
then you got your
A-
clothing.
And actually, I'm looking at the inventory system, and it looks like you can like maybe scroll in your inventory or something. Like it seems much more wider than this because there's like some things over at the top that are kind of cut out from view. So maybe it's just like a slightly zoomed in picture, or you can actually like kind of like move around your inventory and scroll a little bit.
Yeah,
Uh,
it is like you're sitting down crouching at it. You can move your head around to see
oh yeah, that's
more of
cool.
it.
That's really cool.
I have seen some stuff with that game and it
Oh,
looks
oh
pretty
yeah,
dope.
yeah. I remember Sons of the Forest. There was one thing. I think it was the guys that are like connected to each other that kind of look like trees a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Didn't at one point I tell you? Oh, I was like, oh wow, what is that? Wait a minute, that's not a tree. And then you like had to stare at it at the image for a little bit because you weren't sure because you thought it was a tree. And then I
Yeah.
told you, yeah. And then you were like, wait a minute, that's not a tree. It's not a tree.
Oh, I think somebody's here to repair my oven. I'll be back in a second. I also got to
Okay.
pee, so I'm gonna.
I'll get some water, and I think my sister made food for
All
me.
right. Yeah, I'll be back in a second. Well, I'll just cut this out of the recording. Okay. You back yet? All right, he's not back. Well, started getting a mustache. I don't really
Boo.
know. Oh Jesus! Never mind then.
No,
All
just
right.
eating my sandwich.
Ah, okay.
My sister used to work at Panera Bread, so she knows how to make a really good like uh sandwich.
I can respect a woman who can make a sandwich.
This ain't like a sandwich. This is like a I don't know really how to explain it. If you've ever been to
Does it have
Panera Bread,
bread?
you know their type of sandwiches they
Yeah.
do.
Um.
Um, yeah,
So
pretty good.
I was talking to Sam last night, and I told him he should do YouTube because I think he's really funny and doesn't do any YouTube or streaming or anything. And I think I want him to try it. And he said he'd be interested, but he didn't want to buy any like editing software. And I realized, oh wait, I've got Filmora, and that's like a login thing. He could probably like log in on his computer and just use it as
Uh,
well.
Worst case scenario, I can trade him email. We could trade emails. And remember I have a year-long subscription to Filmora that I never gave to anyone.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, he could definitely use that. But yeah, I kind of want him to get into it because in a video I'm uploading probably tomorrow, not when this video comes podcast comes out, but there's just like a 10-minute bit at the end. No, 5 minutes about where it's just me and him and it's so funny. I barely did any editing cuz I just cut like one section out and it's just us doing stupid voices, but it's like he's not around often, but when he is, he's got some good jokes. Oh wait, did you hear he got into D&D?
Yeah, I've seen his Twitter things.
Yeah, he told me a really funny story where he was fighting a lake monster. This was like the first time he played. So he just like
Mhm.
made a character real quick. And he had no intelligence and neither did his friend, but he was fighting this lake monster and he was just like, "I dive into its mouth." He severely underestimated how big the creature's mouth was and was swallowed immediately. And it was pitch black, so he couldn't do anything. So he had to wait for his friend to dive in with a torch. And they found this dwarf and they were like, "We're going to help you. We're going to help you. We're going to get you out of here." And the dwarf was kind of like fighting back from them because they didn't want their help and stuff. And the entire time, because they have no intelligence, his friend is just in the corner like, "Gah!" just like screaming. and and he's doing stuff and they finally like start attacking the inside and water starts rushing in And the dwarf like said something snarky, so he like I suplex him into the acid, and he grabs him and suplexes the dwarf into the acid. And because he suplexed himself into the acid as well. Like
Yeah.
he full sent it. And then I don't remember what exactly happened, but they were on a boat at some point, and they had him tied up, but he got out, and he was about to jump overboard. So he's like, I throw a tomahawk at him and kill him. And so because he was like, I don't want him to kill himself. I want to get the kill. If he's gonna die, I want it to be by my hands. And the dwarf just like he's on the edge, and he just turns around, grabs the tomahawk out of midair, throws it on the ground, and jumps out. And it's like, if I got into D&D, I wouldn't want to do that boring, like, epic adventure stuff. I want to do stupid stuff like that.
That's the D&D I knew. That's like I used to listen to a podcast, Just Roll With It, with Conda Fiction, Bisley, and
It's
Slimesicle.
yeah, it's always got to
Uh,
be a pun.
yeah, and that was just fucking. I don't know. That was awesome. Like I always wanted to get into D&D and one day play it, but I don't
Yeah,
know. Yeah, no, it's cool.
I, I, I was like, Sam, you have to play D&D and learn to be a D&D master, and then we can do a D&D channel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it would take a lot of work, but I think if at some point we were able to, I would totally be down to. Um,
There's just a lot of D&D channels like that who do that.
yeah.
Like literally the one I called, Just Roll With It. There's literally another popular D&D podcast called Roll With It. So
Yeah, we'd have to think of our own original pun. There's one channel called Die of Laughter. That's it's a D&D channel that's run by General Sam and some of his friends, Bizzle, Brian, and Poob.
Poob.
Yeah, his name's Poob. I actually I might have no, I don't think I have. I might have met him once, not in real life, in game. I was playing Chivalry 2 once. I don't know if he plays that game at all, but I rewatched a stream randomly and like was skipping through it, and at one point I died to a guy named Poob, Poob, which is exactly how you spell his. And I don't know if I did get killed by him, but it would have been funny if I did. But no, they're really funny, and they're if you like want to listen to a D&D podcast, like theirs is hilarious. It's just constantly like bickering with each other, fighting each other. It's just so funny, and they roll on the stupidest things. It's great. Like it makes me want to learn D&D, but I'm too lazy to. So,
You know,
but
fuck D&D. D&D is fake. It's not real. I want to go LARPing.
I'm gonna go fight a real dragon that's made of cardboard.
I'm gonna go LARP.
You gonna go LARP? You're a little LARPer.
I'm gonna be a LARPer. Look, Mom, I'm a LARPer. Get a real job. I'm a LARPer, Mom. This is what I do.
I had a. You remember that calendar I had, right? That was like the girls and guns one.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if I told you about this, but January was just a butt next to an AR. February was a girl posing with a gun. I immediately took it down in the first 2 days because I could not stand just a face looking at me. The butt, it's just a butt. There's nothing wrong. The girl was posing with the gun and she's just like staring at the camera. So I have it like right behind my monitor and stuff because I didn't have anywhere else to put it. So I can just like barely see the head poking over my second monitor staring at me, and I'm like, I can't do it. Can't do it. So
Let me tell you about
I no
my
longer have a
calendar, right?
Alright, let's hear it.
So you know, I wanted a calendar for my room to put next to my monitor, just so I can, you know, like I don't know. It's I don't like go down every single day to the bottom side of my computer and look at the calendar on my computer. So I just want something big, visible on my wall, so I can always be reminded what fucking day it is. Because sometimes I spend days in my room without fucking going outside or doing anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I just wanted a calendar, and for Christmas I asked for one. I was kind of panicked because I didn't really know. Uh, because my mom was trying to get me to buy like a specific calendar, like, well, like give me an actual link so I can buy the one you specifically want, and I just didn't know which calendar I wanted to get. So like literally the last 2 days before Christmas, last minute shopping, always the best days to do shopping.
Yup.
Uh, I sent my mom an Amazon link, and so for Christmas, here's the thing. Um, I did I I
You got
didn't
it?
know it was a desk calendar. And if you're familiar with the desk calendar, they're big,
Yeah.
like 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 bigger than my fucking 28-inch whatever fucking monitor I have.
Damn.
Fucking, I don't even know if it's 28 inches, man. I don't fucking know, man. But it's bigger than my monitor, and it's not even open. It's just been sitting on top of my stack of styrofoam panels that I haven't put up. So yeah, no, I didn't really read the link. I literally just panicked, picked the first thing off Amazon that I liked, and then just sent it to my mom. And yeah, I mean, I can see it. I definitely can see the days.
Very rarely am I gonna miss it.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna know what day it is.
So I just was on Twitter for a second, when we were like doing our thing. Uh, Red Barrels, the guy who make Outlast, posted a tweet saying that it was like a teaser clip of a documentary they're making that's coming out soon on the creation of Outlast Trials. Which dope, I'm gonna watch that. But I completely forgot to bring it up. Atomic Heart is reminding me of Outlast Trials every 5 minutes. I don't know why,
Yeah,
but like
it's kind of an older school themed game.
yeah, but like you'll be crawling through the vents and it just feels like Outlast Trials, or a cutscene will happen and it'll feel like Outlast Trials, or just like running down a corridor and I'll be like, I could totally see this in Outlast, or even some of the objectives you had to do. Like it's so I just want to play the game so badly now. But I also forgot to say about Atomic Heart, a lot of the objectives are like grab a few things to continue, and it's surprisingly fun. Like most of the time, whenever it's like, all right, we're gonna need this, this, and this, and then we can continue. It's really annoying, and you have to like go out of the way to do it all. But like the game makes it surprisingly fun, and it's like actually really impressive how they do that. I think you'll see when you get to it. I can't really describe it anymore, but it's just really impressive how they make the game fun.
Sorry, I was replying to Tyler Scheid on Twitter, the guy from uh one of Markiplier's friends, and who does the Go My Favorite Sports Team podcast. And he said something about like, all right, some of these accuses are really starting to be plain mean and honestly demeaning. I get I make mistakes, but please think about how you phrase things and know that I'm trying. Also, I'm sorry. So like at the beginning of every single like episode of Go My Favorite Sports Team, they do like a these thing called j'accuses. And it's just like sometimes Tyler like did something wrong in his research on researching how a sport is supposed to be played or something.
Hmm.
And so it's just be like this fun little bit like, how dare you not mention something 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 or some obscure rule from like 1999 or some shit. And I responded to this tweet, how dare you having feelings, wow.
Ugh. Your mic kind of, you got so loud you kind of sounded like Sam's mic there. Sam's mic is like 10 times worse though. Because if Sam gets loud, it just turns to static, whatever he's saying.
I sit really close to my microphone.
Yeah, I've started doing that too, so I had to turn my gain down or else it sounded really loud. I still need to like, I still am constantly moving my mic around when I'm streaming. Because I'm still not comfortable with where it's at, and I keep moving it to like the left of my monitor, under my monitor. Like I need to get like a box to just put under my monitor so it's raised up a little.
I need to make sure I need to like to find a way to put a lock on all like the adjustment points on my fucking microphone stand so I stop fucking touching it and moving it. Cuz like even during this podcast I'm like moving the microphone closer to where I'm at, to where I'm positioned, just
Yeah.
so I can, get really close to this long round object in front of my mouth.
Yeah, so
Oh!
the there's a contraption you could use. So you'd kind of have to engineer it into your own way because it's kind of different how the original thing was. But you could basically kind of put this like trap that like closes on your finger every time you try to use it. The original contraption was a bear trap along your penis so that if you got hard, it would do that so people would stop being horny. I don't know what the point was. I don't remember where I saw this, but they put a bear trap around your waist basically, and if you got hard and the penis went through it, it would close.
Oh, oh no,
It
you
wasn't like a
don't
bear
understand.
trap with spikes and stuff, but it was to like make sure you wouldn't be horny for some reason.
All right, I'm about to gross out anyone listening to the podcast. There was this story of a guy who literally just he was one of those guys who like uses the zipper to pee and doesn't like just like unbuckle his pants, unzip or anything. Like he keeps them buckled and just unzips the zipper and pees and then zips it back up.
Uh-oh, how bad is this gonna get?
He zipped up his penis
Ah!
and the zipper got like stuck in his
Yeah.
penis and he had to like have that surgically removed and
Oh!
now he's like, oh god. I, I,
Now he
I,
unzips the zipper and his penis when he goes to pee.
I seen an image of the wait, no,
Why?
I think it was his balls.
Oh.
I think it was his balls and it kind of went up his penis. I think he had to get I think he became a trans person after that. like honestly, I wouldn't want to go through that pain.
God dang.
At this point, like man, I really fucked up. Just like let's not do this.
Not at
Let's
all. I don't want it anymore. I don't want it.
just it's not worth like the years of pain.
I know a friend of ours, Jordan, he he was sleeping in jeans once on on a couch, no underwear for some reason, and he like woke up and he sat up, and as he sat up, the zipper like pinched
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. That's
And he immediately flew back down, like back to laying down. It was like, okay, I need to do this differently.
Yeah. All right. We need to defuse this situation.
Yeah, we need to defuse this bomb now. All right, we've reached an hour. OBS says an hour. I mean, there was that 5-minute break, so it's probably around like 55 minutes. But I think,
we
I think that's
can't
good.
go for any longer. We're gonna have like a 2-hour fucking recording again.
Yeah, if we don't stop here, it'll somehow get to 2 hours. So, thank you everybody for listening to the podcast. If you did, if you didn't, don't check your mail. There might be a pipe bomb. Wait, actually, no, we can't threaten people. Oops. Chris, do you have any channels
I'm not
you'd like to recommend?
associated with Debunkska or the Debunkska YouTube channel anymore.
The Debunkska YouTube channel is a friendly place as long as there's not a pipe bomb in your mail. So, Your Guy Rivet is on YouTube. That's his channel. Go check him out. Debunkska is my channel. That's my channel. Check me out. Not sexually, because I'm still underage. And,
I'm not fucking. Come on, bring it. Bring
it to him. Bring it to
me,
him.
me and you.
All right, have fun.